Today we reflect on the life of a man who loomed over Iran for nearly 4 decades, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, supreme leader, revolutionary, and the architect of a nation's path through war, upheaval, and international isolation. His story is one of power, devotion, and a legacy shadowed by both reverence and fear. Ali Khamenei was born on April 19, 1939, in Mashhad, a city of shrines and devout faith. Growing up in a world of tradition and devotion, he embraced religion early. As a teenager, he entered Qum, Iran's spiritual heart, studying under prominent clerics. It was there he met Ruhollah Khomeini, whose vision of an Islamic state would shape Khamenei's future. Even then, he was a young man driven by conviction that faith and politics could never be separate. The 1960s and 70s were dangerous years for anyone opposing the Shah. Khamenei faced repeated arrests for speaking out against injustice, enduring harsh conditions and imprisonment. These trials hardened him, and when the Islamic Revolution erupted in 1979, he emerged as a trusted lieutenant of Khomeini. Khamenei helped establish the new revolutionary government. He oversaw military and security matters, guiding a country in chaos. His rise was not without cost. In 1981, a bomb attack left him injured for life, his right arm paralyzed, his voice forever altered. Even this violence did not stop him. It seemed to forge a leader willing to endure pain for power. In 1989, after Khomeini's death, the nation faced uncertainty. Against many expectations, Khamenei was chosen as supreme leader, Iran's ultimate authority. The constitution was amended to allow his rise, a moment both extraordinary and controversial. As supreme leader, he held absolute control over Iran's military, judiciary, and foreign policy. He became the heartbeat of the state, a figure both feared and revered. Under Khamenei, Iran became both stronger and more isolated. He fortified the Revolutionary Guard, expanded Iran's regional influence, and backed proxy groups across the Middle East. To the world, he was a symbol of defiance. At home, however, his rule was marked by suppression. Protests were met with force. Voices calling for reform were silenced. From the 2009 Green Movement to the 2022 Woman, Life, Freedom protests, Khamenei's regime consistently prioritized control over compassion. These were not distant events, they were human tragedies. Thousands suffered under his rule, and millions lived under fear. Khamenei's Iran faced sanctions, economic collapse, and international isolation. His distrust of the West was absolute, and his rhetoric uncompromising. Even diplomacy could not overcome decades of suspicion. Yet even as he resisted outside pressure, Iran's people struggled. Inflation, unemployment, and a shrinking freedom of expression defined daily life. The weight of a nation's hardships rested on his decisions. In February 2026, the world was shocked. Khamenei, at 86, was killed in a joint U.S.-Israeli strike. A man who had survived assassination attempts, war, and political upheaval finally met an abrupt and violent end. Iran mourned. Streets were filled with grief and anger. His death marked not just the passing of a leader, but the end of an era defined by fear, resistance, and unyielding control. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's life was one of contradiction. Revolutionary ideals and rigid authoritarianism, devotion to faith and suppression of dissent, regional influence, and international isolation. For supporters, he was a guardian of sovereignty and religion. For critics, he was the architect of oppression and conflict. His story is a reminder that leadership carries weight, that one life can shape the destiny of millions, for better or worse. And now, as Iran faces a future without him, the world watches, remembering a leader who lived in extremes, a man whose shadow will linger over history, long after his death.